Hey folks, the wolf time is upon us. I'm Space Wolf Dan, part of the Hobby Goblins, here to bring you a closer look at our Space Wolf detachment, the Champions of Russ, my favorite detachment. What brought me to Space Wolves? Viking warriors riding into battle, smashing Xeno scum with their hammers. What can be cooler than that? I've been playing my Space Wolves for quite a bit now, about 5 years now. Been bringing them to tournaments, winning, losing. I have a lot of experience. So let's take our first look into the Space Wolf detachment, the Champions of Russ, specifically the top 3 datasheets for each enhancement. First up, we're going to start with my favorite enhancement, what I believe is the strongest enhancement in this detachment, the Black Death. This enhancement gives the bearer's weapons the anti-monster vehicle 4+ ability, by far the best enhancement in this detachment. The main thing we want to pair this enhancement with is devastating wounds. The anti-vehicle monster critical wounds combined with devastating wounds can make quick work of the more scary datasheets, along with giving you some quick access to the Saga of the Beast Slayer buffs. So let's look at the top 3 datasheets for the Black Death. First up, my favorite character without a name in this detachment is the Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf. Equip him with a Thunderhammer and Storm Shield for the devastating wounds we just mentioned. Then, when he's leading a unit of wolves and makes that charge, those 2 damage hammer attacks become 3 damage, and any wounds into monsters or vehicles that wound on a 4+ will be flat 3 mortal wounds instead. Great work there. My second pick for the Black Death enhancement is the Captain on foot. This is more of a niche pick. The anti-monster vehicle will help you wound those high toughness units, but the devastating wounds only occurs once per game with the Finest Hour ability. Gives you 3 extra attacks and the devastating wounds ability allowing you to dish out those mortals on 4+. Pair that Captain with some Assault Intercessors for the reroll 1s to wound or the full rerolls to wound if you're going into a unit on an objective. Make sure you get those wounds in. And my last pick for the Black Death enhancement is the Justiciar. This is one of my favorite picks if I'm not running any Thunderwolf characters. He has a devastating wounds built in along with precision, making this character a top choice for achieving multiple sagas. And just a quick honorable mention, the Wolfguard Battle Leader on Thunderwolf, paired with Herald Deathwolf. Herald Deathwolf on the charge makes the extra attacks on the Thunderwolf devastating wounds. So if you give that battle leader the Thunderhammer with devastating wounds on the charge, Herald Deathwolf makes his extra attacks devastating wounds, giving way more attacks that can proc those mortal wounds on the charge. And for the next enhancement, my second favorite, the Frost Weapon, gives them +1 strength, +1 AP, and the precision ability on their weapon. My first pick for the Frost Weapon is the Lieutenant on foot. You pair him with Ragnar and Assault Intercessors, you make that charge, get the reroll 1s with the extra strength AP, you're pretty much guaranteed to kill that character unless he's got some invulnerable saves. But if not, you can always proc that epic challenge with Ragnar to really finish him off. My second pick for the Frost Weapon is the Justiciar. This guy again? Yep. Bringing that Executioner Blade to Strength 8, AP 3 really brings it past that breakpoint where you'll be wounding most infantry-sized characters on 2s and making quick work of those without invulnerable saves. The redundancy of the precision isn't really an issue for me. Last, but not least for the Frost Weapon, is the Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf or Wolfguard Battle Leader on Thunderwolf. I like this pick when I either don't have the points for Black Death, I suggest you find them, or when I have a battle leader attached to a unit alongside Herald Deathwolf. Bringing the Thunderhammer to Strength 9 can be useful for things like Rhinos and Dreads, but having access to other precision weapon with devastating wounds, especially on the charge making it 3 damage each, can be very deadly for the smallest characters. Next up, the Pelt of the Bale Wolf. Each enemy unit within engagement range of the bearer must take a Battle Shock test. Besides the obvious ability to take away the stratagems and objective control from the enemy, this is a great way to pull off Saga of the Majesty. Let's look at some of my top picks to give this enhancement to. First up for the Pelt of the Beowulf is the Lieutenant in Phobos armor. It's take a look at that data sheet. A rare pick these days, the Lieutenant in Phobos armor has some very specific tech we can explore to get some extra movement, screening, secondary scoring, and even Saga of the Majesty. With Deep Strike, we can get in there, shoot, move, and then make that charge to force the Battle Shock test and steal that objective. If you achieve it and that the character is on that enemy objective, you can achieve Saga of the Majesty for +1 OC the rest of the game. Invaluable tech there. Next up, for the Pelt of the Beowulf, is the Captain with Jump Pack. The mobility and the -1 CP for a stratagem datasheet ability makes this a top pick for this enhancement. Attach him to a pack of Assault Intercessors, get him into the fray early with a free rapid ingress, and attack the enemy home objective. It's more deadly than the Lieutenant Reaver combo, but it costs more points, so keep that in mind when you're writing your lists. And last, for my Pelt of the Beowulf pick, is the Chaplain with Jump Pack. Mostly for the same reasons as the Captain, but instead of the free rapid ingress, you trade it for more mortals on the charge and a better ability to wound a target with the +1 to wound datasheet ability. Pretty much tied with the Captain on Jump Pack for this one, but it really just will come down to the points. Last up for the enhancements for the Champions of Rust attachment is the Wolftail Talisman. Subtract 1 from all incoming damage. Pretty good. So not my personal top pick, but what I think is the best, most meta pick for this enhancement is the Captain in Gravis armor. A very rare sight these days, but if you want a great option to hold your Wolftail Talisman, this will work. His datasheet ability allows him to have all incoming damage, just like Bjorn, paired with -1 damage comes after the halving. It can reduce flat 3 or 4 damage down to just 1. And if you have Saga of the Bear active, this is a very tough character to put down. Next up, for the Wolftail Talisman, we have the Captain with Jump Pack. This is a solid pick. If he's leading a unit of Jump Pack Intercessors, you want him to be a bit more durable versus the incoming damage. And most characters that want an epic challenge against him will likely be using 2 damage weapons, so this can really increase the survivability of your Captain with Jump Pack. And last but not least for the Wolftail Talisman, either of the Thunderwolf characters, the Wolf Lord or the Wolfguard Battle Leader on Thunderwolf. Same logic as the Frost weapon. If you don't have the points for the Black Death, this is a great option for the Thunderwolf characters. They have lots of wounds, high toughness, and reducing incoming damage can be really frustrating for your opponents, and if you pair this with Saga of the Bear, it can make them extra durable. And that's a wrap. Those are my top 3 picks for each enhancement in the Champions of Rust attachment. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below what your top picks for each enhancement is for the Champions of Rust attachment. Until next time, see you on the battlefield.